What's up, y'all boys? It's Lo, and today I'm going to be showing you how to find a manufacturer. So to start, there's two main ways that are used to find a manufacturer. The first being overseas manufacturers, and the second being local manufacturers. I'll go into the differences between both of these and see which one better fits what you're looking for in your brand. They're usually just screen printing shops, but some of them offer more options. A few pros of local manufacturers are that they're more easily accessible than overseas manufacturers, meaning it's easy to get things like your order, your sample, talk with them in person, etc. They also have quicker turnaround times. Since you don't have to wait on your order to be shipped to a different country, the process tends to be much faster. In general, they usually get things done faster than overseas manufacturers as well. Another big pro is going to be that they're easier to communicate with. I know this may not seem like something that would be make or break, but having clear and concise communication is key when you're getting a product made. Having lack of or inconcise communication will only lead to mistakes in the way that your product looks, how many you wanted, the material that's used, etc. Now, the cons of going to a local manufacturer is that they're really only limited to things like screen printing, direct-to-garment, direct-to-film, etc. Now, there are some exceptions, but for the most part, you won't really get anything cut and sewn or customized through a local manufacturer. Another big con is that local manufacturers tend to be more expensive than overseas. In my personal experience, I found that the price isn't too inflated, but you can definitely tell the difference between the prices of overseas and local manufacturers. Now on to overseas manufacturers. These are manufacturers that do all of their work outside of the US and send you the product by mail. Two main places that I recommend you look into are China and Pakistan manufacturers. They tend to be the most reliable, give the best work, and have the best prices. Now, the biggest pro about choosing an overseas manufacturer is the customization aspect. They'll be able to best get your vision of your garment to match the actual thing. This is because most of them specialize in cut and sew, which is basically creating the whole garment rather than just screen printing a design onto a blank. Another pro that kind of piggybacks off the last one is the different print options that they offer. This is where you'll find the trendy things like puff prints, embossed prints, and anything out of the ordinary. One other thing to look at with overseas manufacturers is that their bulk orders are usually cheaper and they usually have lower MOQs, or minimum order quantities. Some downsides of overseas manufacturers is that since they'll be from different countries, their English usually won't be that good. Most of them will have good enough English to make the sale and get things right, but some of them just won't be able to understand you and potentially mess up your order. Something you also have to look at with overseas manufacturers is their credibility. There's different ways to check that, but just be aware that there's a lot of scammers overseas. Also, the turnaround time for a lot of overseas manufacturers are going to be at least 4 weeks plus. So in that instance, I would plan drops at least one season ahead to allow myself the proper amount of time to make sure I have everything together. Now let's get into the big question. Which one should you choose? It really all depends on what you're looking for as a piece. If you want to just drop a logo tee or something basic, then I would say to just choose a local manufacturer. But if you want to make something like a one-of-one piece or have your piece stand out from the rest, then I would say to look overseas. My biggest piece of advice would be to the new people trying to start a brand. A lot of you really don't know what you're looking for yet, but I would say to just know your brand's identity, its message, and its theme. In that instance, I suggest you come up with a simple yet unique design and get it screen printed on a good blank with a local manufacturer. That way you get a feel for it. And then if you want to expand your product and do something more creative, you can start looking into overseas manufacturers. Well, that's all I got for y'all boys today. If y'all want to see me cover some more topics, just drop them in the comments below. And if you found any part of this video helpful, a subscribe wouldn't hurt, would it?